General Hospital 2-week spoilers May 26 to June 6, Willow scared, Dante snaps and Christina scrambles. General Hospital 2-week spoilers for May 26 to June 6, 2025 see Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, scared, as she should be, and Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, is going to snap, and Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, is scrambling. So, on Monday, May 26th, Happy Memorial Day, and they are airing an encore episode, a rerun from a few months back that has a few storylines relevant to several storylines this week. I'm not going to tell you everything that's happening on the episode. If you want to watch it, you can. But I'll tell you the ones that are important. There's a few. This was the episode where Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, found out she was pregnant with Michael Corinthos' Rory Gibson child. And of course, he's just come back to Port Charles. And at this point, everybody thinks Sasha got pregnant by Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, but Michael may want to change that. So that's important. Also, this was when Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, and Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, found out that Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens Bruning, had hightailed it out of Turning Woods. Remember, she thought, well, she overheard Cyrus Renaud, Jeff Kober, talking about taking her to, was it South Carolina? That was when Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, picked her up as a hitchhiker with no idea she was Dante's ex-wife. And of course, that's important because Lulu and Cody have come a long way since then. And now Lulu has got him scheming with her, and it's going to bite them both in the butt. This episode also had scenes of Ava Jerome, Maura West's trial when Rick Hurst, pushed Christina on the stand to admit her fall was an accident. And Ava's acquittal, of course, laid the groundwork for Christina to cut those break lines, nearly killing Liz and Rick Hurst, leaving her mom Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, paying blackmail to cover for her. General Hospital spoilers, Michael takes Wiley, Geo drama explodes, Sasha's anxiety eased. Tuesday, May 27th, we are going to pick back up with fresh storylines because on Friday, Michael scooped up Wiley Corinthos, Viren Weaver, like fresh off the nurse's ball stage and was walking out with him. He's taking him to Carly Corinthos Spencer's Laura Wright. He's not even playing games. He came into town hot and mad. Willow and Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, try to follow. They want to get Wiley back, but Jason gets in the way and tells his twin brother and his piece, don't try and follow Michael. Jason ominously tells them that would be a bad idea. I don't know if that's actually going to stop Drew, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros runs over and begs Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, to help. Nina's desperate for Sonny to get Michael to compromise with Willow over the kid. She knows that it's an issue. Carly is amping things up, so Nina's looking to smooth the way, but Sonny was trying to blame it on Nina and said it was just craziness. Anyway, Cody is feeling very guilty and remorseful on Tuesday's episode and tells Lulu they didn't do this right. She may start to see that now that Lois Cerullo Rena Sofer told Lulu that BLQ Amanda Seton had no idea it was Gio Palmieri Giovanni Mazza. Lulu had this whole idea in her head, you know, because of her grudge, and she just didn't play this right. Plus, Lois is in the hot seat with everybody. She's going to have to answer to an outraged Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, on Tuesday, among others, including Dante, who comes spoiling for a confrontation. Olivia Falconeri, Lisa Lo Cicero, and Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth, are going to come for her. Brooklyn told Lois she will never forgive her for hiding her son under her nose. Dante was pretty much ready to pounce on BLQ for keeping this secret, but then he overhears her ranting at Lois and that kind of gives him a new perspective, and he's going to take some heat off of what he has to say to Brooklyn. Sasha, meanwhile, is a bundle of nerves and someone calms her down. And it's likely Michael who eases Sasha's anxiety, and he may tell her, don't sweat that subpoena from Rick. Now that he's back, Michael's going to deal with all of that. He doesn't want her worried. Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, and Kai Jens Austin Astrup are making out after the ball. And he asks if she's sure. Looks like they are getting intimate this week. And Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, tells somebody stop right where they are. Looks like she comes up on Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Bruner, and Gio. He's packed and ready to run. And Emma's ready to go with him. Gio feels rejected, alone, unloved, and ready to put these liars in his rearview. But Tracy's not going to let her great-grandson go. GH spoilers, Brooklyn and Dante search for Gio, Chase confesses, Michael reunites, May 28th. Then on Wednesday, May 28th, we've got Brooklyn and Dante worried and desperate to find their son, Gio, and explain things. This is going to be a hard sell, but they are innocent in this. You know, Brooklyn knew a little. Dante knew nothing. He was totally in the dark, and definitely nobody rejected him. Meanwhile, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, has to make a confession, and he may come clean to Dante that yeah, sorry, I've known for a while that my wife was pregnant with your child back when you were teenagers. Chase is in a really hard spot. He cares about Dante. He loves Brooklyn. And they talked about this a lot. And with it being a closed and private adoption, they didn't think there was any way to find the kid. So they rationalized not telling Dante, and of course, none of them had any clue it was Gio. That's all on Lois and Gloria Cerullo. Ellen
Michael
Travolta
gets
a warm reunion with the Corinthos family. Everybody was thrown for a loop when he showed up at the nurses' ball. He didn't give Carly, Sonny, or anybody much a heads up that he was coming home. It looks like Jason was the only one that got a warning call. Nina confides in Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, and I'm sure it's about all the Drew, Michael, Wiley drama. General Hospital spoilers, Dante confronts Lulu, Ned and BLQ talk teen pregnancy, May 29th. On Thursday, May 29th, Trina and Kai take things to the next level. Ned and Brooklyn have a heart-to-heart, and Ned is finally going to get the whole story from BLQ about her teen pregnancy and why she never told him. Dante lashes out and confronts Lulu. She blew up lives. Instead of handling this in a more reasonable way, she's got a lot of explaining to do, and Dante probably going to accuse her of targeting Brooklyn and devastating Gio instead. Michael catches up with Jason and Sasha has some advice for Cody. GH spoilers, Christina's legal woes, Ava's advice, Michael's request, May 30th. Then on Friday, May 30th, Alexis gets together with Christina and Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, and I'm sure they're going to be plotting for a way to keep Christina out of prison while stopping the Ava and Rick blackmail payments. Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner has some doubts. Liz and Laura Spencer, Jeannie Francis, catch up on Friday, and Ava has some advice for Nina. Michael is talking to Sasha and has a request for her. General Hospital spoilers, Lulu begs Dante, Portia's fear, Michael's custody battle, week of June 2nd to 6th. The week of June 2nd through the 6th, we are going to have Lulu desperate for Dante to forgive her. Now, Lulu was repeatedly warned that this was going to come back around and bite her. And yeah, it has. In addition to Dante, lots of people are upset with Lulu. Dante already told her he loved her but can't be with her. And now she has widened that gap. I don't feel bad for her. Christina tries to find a solution, but Alexis already demanded that her daughter not tell Sonny and said it would make things worse. But Christina might do it anyway, even though the best solution is for her to take accountability and not let Alexis cover for her or Sonny either. Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr,'s pleading with Curtis, and of course, she's terrified she is going to lose him. But even if Portia talks him down, the ketamine reveal is still looming. So Portia is only buying a little more time because she's just a repeat offender with lying to her husband. Michael adjusts to being back in Port Charles. We'll have to wait and see if he goes back over to the Quartermains to move into the gatehouse or if he sticks with Carly while he heads into this custody battle. We'll see if Willow can talk him down. But I think her living with Drew is a deal-breaker since Michael wants Drew to pay. Michael may be more amenable to talking to Willow, but there is no way he is going to accept her taking the kids to Washington, D.C. Now, Michael may be more flexible as long as she agrees they don't leave town, because I do think he's going to want to be part of Sasha's baby's life. Meanwhile, Curtis and Michael do a lot of catching up, and Sonny is going to be pushing to find the fire bomber at last. He needs this info before he can decide on whether he'll sell the Piers to Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda or not. Lois and Lulu's explosive clash with accusers, shocking fallout. General Hospital sees Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, and Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens Bruning in some seriously hot water. And they're going to face the wrath of a lot of hurt and angry people this week. We're going to talk about the firestorm that lies ahead for these two unlucky ladies as Lois faces fallout from her lies and Lulu gets roasted for blowing up lives. Port Charles truth bomb, Joe's paternity secret explodes. Alright, so a truth bomb just blew up Port Charles. And it wouldn't have been such a public catastrophe if it weren't for Lulu. On top of, Lois' 2 decades of lies. Miss just can't mind her own business insisted on confronting Lois about Joe's parentage at the nurses' ball where anyone could overhear. And because it's a soap, of course, Gio overheard and Lois was freaking out and couldn't deny it. From there, Gio lost it and he blew up on stage accusing his clueless biological father and mom, Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, and Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, of throwing him away because they didn't want him. It was huge, it was sad, it was high drama. It was great. General Hospital, Lulu faces consequences for exposing Joe's secret. So once everybody realizes the role that Lulu played in Gio finding this out in the worst way possible and then him unloading on Dante and BLQ in the worst way possible, Lulu is going to face some serious consequences. The big Gio secret wouldn't have come out this way if not for Lulu. It would have been hard enough for Dante to find out he has a grown son that he knew nothing about. And BLQ's pregnancy was this 20-year-old secret that his close friends Chase, Josh Swickard, and Cody Bell, Josh Kelly both knew. But this is worse. Dante has been kept away from Gio all this time. And it would have been devastating for Brooklyn to find out Lois and Gloria Cerullo, Ellen Travolta, have been hiding Gio in plain sight as part of her family all these years. But to find it out like this, it's so much worse. Dante got to watch Gio grow up without knowing he's their son, but they were present in his life. But I mean, this reveal devastating on its own, but for it to blow up in public at the nurses' ball, TV cameras rolling, it's just next level. General Hospital, Dante's fury at Lulu's meddling and poor choices. So Dante is going to be furious with Lulu. She had 2 choices. 1, but out of Brooklyn private teen baby business because Lulu was committing a crime breaking into Martin Gray's, Michael E. Knight hotel room and she never should have found out, never should have known, never should have been involved. 2nd, once Lulu did know that BLQ had Dante's baby, well, she could have gone to him first and skipped the whole confrontation with BLQ. But of course, she wanted to rake her over the coals because she dislikes her. And on top of Lulu sitting on the pregnancy secret, then she sat on her suspicions that their son was Gio. That was another choice she made to not go to Dante. From his perspective, I just can see him thinking that Lulu either should have stayed out or come clean. Not the game playing that Lulu engaged in to deliberately torment Brooklyn. Dante's reaction to Brooklyn and Lois on General Hospital. Now, initially Dante is also upset at BLQ, but this week he's going to hear her tearing into Lois. And Dante realizes, okay, Brooklyn was just a kid, younger than Gio is now, not much older than Rocco Falceroni, Finn Francis Carr, is now, when she made this life-changing decision to give the baby up for adoption. And I think of everybody that Dante's going to confront, Brooklyn might actually get off the easiest when it all comes out. Obviously Dante is furious. He's hurt. And any chance of a romantic reunion that Lulu was hoping for is probably gone for now, if not gone forever. Tracy's disappointment and Lulu's justifications. And Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, is going to be upset and very disappointed in Lulu. Now, Tracy obviously still loves Lulu, but she warned her not to do this. And instead of listening to Tracy, Laura Spencer Collins, Jeannie Francis, or Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, Lulu just had to meddle because she's so jealous of Brooklyn, she couldn't stay out of it. And Lulu is going to have a lot of explaining to do to Brooklyn as well and also Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard. Because to everybody looking at this, it appears that Lulu had this one goal to hurt Brooklyn as much as possible. And in the process, she hurt a lot of other people, Dante and Gio among them. And let's be clear, up until Lois told Lulu that Brooklyn had no idea that Joe's her son, Lulu 100% wanted to stick it to BLQ. She told Cody that, even when he said, I don't think she knows. General Hospital, Lois faces the music, unforgivable lies. So this week, Brooklyn is beyond furious with her mother. Dante going to join in on that action piling on Lois? Brooklyn tells Lois what she did is unforgivable. So despite how much heat Lulu takes, Lois is in even more hot water. We're probably going to see Lois on a walk of shame all the way back to Bensonhurst soon. I fully expect Tracy to evict Lois from the Q mansion so fast it'll make her head spin with support from Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth, and Olivia Falconeri, Lisa Lo Cicero, and possibly Brooklyn too. Impact on Lois's relationships, Olivia, Ned, and Sunny on GH. While we're at it, Olivia is Lois' best friend and has been forever. She's going to be horrified that Lois lied to her face for years and that she never got to know that Gio was her grandson. Lois kept her and Ned both from knowing their grandchild, Gio. And you got to wonder where Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, lands on this because he's another of Lois' best friends that she has lied to. And Gio is also his grandson. I frankly expect that Olivia may not speak to Lois for a good long while. Ned and BLQ may give her the silent treatment too. Sonny's kind of a coin toss because sometimes he forgives, other times he rages and holds grudges. So we'll see how he does. General Hospital, Brooklyn confides in Ned about teen pregnancy. This week, Brooklyn opens up to her dad. At the time, she was scared to tell Ned about her teen pregnancy. And we don't know if Lois encouraged Brooklyn to not tell Ned, And if that's true, he'll probably be even angrier at Lois. The only people that have known everything all along was Lois and Gloria, and Joe's adoptive mom, Camila. Lois' future in Port Charles and Rena Sofer's plans. So this is just huge. I don't see Lois welcome in Port Charles for a very long time, which kind of aligns with Rena Sofer's stated goal. She wants to semi-retire. So, I think this storyline sets the stage for her to step back as Lois, maybe just pop back into Port Charles now and then. Brooklyn, Dante, Gio, and everybody else need time to heal and figure out what life looks like going forward. So Lois is probably going to head back to Bensonhurst, settle back into the burrows to lick her wounds from all the lashes she's going to get this week. General Hospital, Lulu and Cody face fallout. Lulu, on the other hand, is going to have to face these people every day. Worse yet, she dragged Cody into it. He's going to face some fallout. Dante is upset that Cody has known the truth since they were teens. But for him to conspire with Lulu is just next level. So Cody may be in a timeout and may be a little upset at Lulu for taking him down with her. What's next for Gio, Dante, and Brooklyn on GH? But now that Brooklyn, Dante, and Gio know the truth, I am excited to see what's next for them. This week, Joe's angry, he's ready to run, but Tracy stops him and hopefully can get him to listen to the truth that neither BLQ nor Dante knew. It's a shock to them. Nobody rejected him. His parents would have loved him, but they just didn't know. Rocco's potential reaction to Lulu. I also wonder if Rocco might have some things to say to his mom Lulu for playing with lives, lying to Dante's face. And then outing his new older brother this way. Healing in the future for the family. I'm totally here for it as Gio gets to know his parents and his stepdad Chase and his new brother Rocco, and the family does some healing, but Lois and Lulu might be on the outside looking in for quite some time.